Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
That's it, baby. We gonna work. Set up! 180! Line 54! All day.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Play action. Now Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man. Complete. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And he'll give it here to his running back. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
That's a good shot.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 29-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Don't get nervous.
Here's Mariota. And he'll find Moreau here. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check 26. Check 26.
Third and short yardage. Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you got to make the change up, and it's the first.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And an alley to run. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Now Trubisky on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. This is caught, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A 12-yard touchdown grab as the Bears push further out in front. 2 excellent drives for them to start this game, both ending with touchdown passes.
Yeah, they're off and running, even though they finish things off through the air. Gotta like what you're seeing from them so far. Being able to maneuver offense, take care of the football, and then ring that bell at the end with, as you said, 2 touchdown passes.
This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Mariota. Incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Open man is Gordon, complete. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. A gain of 3, second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Check, crunch. One. Check 13. Check 13. 36.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Me and you all day. I'm coming after you. Jim. Check safety.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Seahawks, nothing.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Back at the
They go play action. Trubisky. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Mike 58 right there. I don't think you got it, son.
Now they try the right side here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk 1st.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mariota. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. To throw is Mariota. Gets it to Gordon. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Rush in. Rush.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators, because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
Now Trubisky to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
180! Hey, ball. Let's go, D, let's go! Hey, exit!
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Maurice Hurst breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Mariota on first down. Able to get this to Gordon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Mariota again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
A loss of 7 yards. And it's third down.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing is Mariota. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Escaping the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Where are they, team? 50, Mike, 50. You're not ready. You're not ready. One. We're going 50, 50. Mike, 50.
On 2nd and 12, Mariota. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Mariota. That's complete to DK Metcalf. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his...
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Anxious moments there on the fake, but they do get just enough to pick up the first down. Now a handoff looking right. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check nine, check nine. No, no, no. Off. One.
On 2nd and 7, Mariota trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. And he fires one incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, but it'll be second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, 18. Hey, 18.
Now Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. That last catch winds up costing him 3, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd and 13.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Red. Say.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got some space here. There he goes right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Alert! Go!
From the shotgun is Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation, let him sneak his way across, coming back underneath, put it in his hands, let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
On first down, it's Cohen, and he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now it's Trubisky. His throw incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Trubisky will throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 44-yard line.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They y'all playing the wrong football.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Touchdown, Chicago! 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky, and the Bears have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. Everyone.
Mariota to throw it. Got Gordon open, completes it. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Slam, 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 Charlie.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
On the return is Cohen. A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A give to Cohen. He heads right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Mike, 180. Switch up, switch up.
Now on 2nd and 13. Trubisky is going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Hey, Haywood.
I got you, son. I got you, son. He's
Alert, 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 alert.
crash, crash.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 22. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now with the game.
And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Eddie Goldman with a sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Another try after the first down sack. Mariota below Nichols, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
I'm going back to you.
Mariota now. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And I got to go thank the guys on D.
Alert 3. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mariota now from the 50. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Mariota to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
Now Mariota. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now Mariota on 4th down. Open man is Gordon, complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Check 31, check 31, check 3.
Here's Mariota. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check 15, check 15.
Mariota. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On 3rd down, Mariota. He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give him credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this one is right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 42-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Bears, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.